Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a Trudit, and welcome back to Medieval 2 Total War. Last time, we kind of put together the foundation of our empire. We've identified what's going to be the biggest problem for us, and it's almost certainly going to be the bloody Holy Roman Empire. Bloody Romans with their empires, eh? We'll see about that given enough time. So, we've set up a nice defensive line. We've got two castles set up, one of which is a big stone castle, so hopefully that'll dissuade them from kind of doing anything too stupid. We've got Stettin next up, and then we're heading north, because there's some valuable territories we might be able to get hold of. Oslo and Stockholm could both be very, very valuable indeed. And I'm hoping by the end of this episode we'll at least have the basis of a functional economy. Because we've got the beginning of a functional military in play, but without a functional economy we're going to go bankrupt because we can't pay for the damn thing. Now, the Polish totally wanted Stettin, but that's a shame because I got there first, screw the lot of you. We should be able to... We should be able to get in there. But actually, you know what? No, I'm overthinking it. Because we've got the advantage of the dismounted Huskarls and the Viking Raiders, we should be able to easily take any of this. That'll be fine. So here we are, basic crappy Motte and Bailey Castle. Here you notice, of course, the plaza is actually completely separate from the actual Motte and Bailey. The Motte and Bailey doesn't actually need to be taken or anything, though it can be a useful place to put archers to give them a bit of a high ground advantage to stop them shooting your own troops in the back, which can be very, very useful indeed. But you notice even at this basic Motte and Bailey level, there's a lot more defences on the walls than you'd probably find in Rome Total War, so... Oh, no. We're not wasting you guys. Not like that. Instead, the Spear Militia are doing this. Thank you. Lovely. Right, now, just go over here, take those two areas out, and as soon as we've got a breach, we should just be able to just basically wander in with our own heavy infantry, take these guys out pretty easily. The Town Militia are at the front. The archers are actually at the rear. Fine, so they're going to struggle to hit me. The towers will, of course, spit out flaming things, but if we're fortunate, both of them will make it through. If not, then so be it. It's not the end of the world. At this point, nope, the archers are definitely getting involved. Marvellous. So yeah, the archers are definitely getting involved. We're taking some light taps, but it should be fine. As soon as we get in, if I can just send in my actual Viking Raiders, particularly my dismounted Huskarls, they can probably like chop through pretty much all of this by themselves. And my archers over here are probably in a pretty good position if they just kind of run forward to actually get some shots in the Town Militia immediately. In fact, oh! Hello! You guys have just decided to come outside, have you? Oh, alright then. Well, put the ram down if they want to do that. And are they actually wanting to... I've not seen this before. This is intriguing. Alright, go for the Town Militia then. Go for it. If they want to fight like this, they can... Oh. Actually, this kind of works to their advantage, because now they've got this stupid advantage here. Are you guys firing, by the way? Yeah. Take out the Town Militia over here. Focus on those guys. So now we've got our archers shooting this Town Militia down, and they're going to go down pretty bloody quickly. We've taken out these lads. We've got at least one guaranteed breach, which is nice. My archers are now doing a good job over here. These guys are now just fighting these guys, and probably will do alright. You guys... head in here and take out these guys. But at this point, yeah, I probably want my own archers to... You know what, guys? Just get in there. Viking Raiders, over to that side. And my dismounted Huskarls, get over here and support those guys. Could get my general involved at this point. Instead, I'm just going to kind of line up to potentially get involved in future. But you guys, you or... Fire into the back over there. You guys just fire over there. Keep on firing. You guys run forward. Let's get the scouts potentially ready to move forward. That's what's going on over here. See, these guys are technically the superior troops, but I think just because at least one of these towers is... Actually, no, these towers aren't fine. Why aren't you guys winning? You guys should be winning by way more than what you are. Probably it's because you're taking on 2 units of militia at once, because there's 4 to my 2 spear. You guys are shaken, but you'll survive for the time being. So, Viking Raiders, you will do much better. You're actually meant for this sort of thing. You guys, get over here. Job done. And my archers at the back doing a very good job. Just basic peasant archers peppering these guys with fire. Lovely. Scouts don't need to get involved just yet. And now, yeah, as soon as you guys... I need you guys to push to the front, please. Push to the front. There we are. Now. Now. These lads... Now, why are you guys... I want these guys to be at the front, damn it. Something's broken, which is nice. So I want all of you guys focusing on this. You know what? My archers... These are just basic peasant archers, and we'll be able to repair them later. You guys just head up there and just basically start peppering the peasant archers yourself. And did we just kill their general or did they kill ours? Enemy general! Good, well done. So, at this point, my Viking raiders need to start getting up to the front. But as soon as they get up to the front, you notice if we can just get a view of them. Actually, you know, it's fine for the minute. Right, dismounted... Actually, you know what? Dismounted Huskarls, you guys just get over here. Town militia is just basically going to collapse over and over and over again. That's fine. Probably, dismounted Huskarls, you push through... Take out the flipping archers, damn it. You, spear militia, you finish off the actual town guard there. But I kind of want my dismounted Huskarls to actually push through and get on with the actual archers, damn it. Although actually there is another... Oh, there's still quite a few flipping town militia. You know what? You guys, go for these guys. Let's just get this sorted out here. My own flipping archers are doing a decent job on those guys. My Viking raiders are now pushing forwards. And my Viking raiders very, very soon will start doing a good job here. Because they've got their lovely little axes. That's right. Take a swing at them. Smash them in the face. Lovely. Go on. You notice, by the way, my dismounted Huskarls. Let's actually look at them. They're basically not taking any damage whatsoever. Because they've got armor. They've got, like, proper shields. They've got axes. So they're just basically just slowly hacking their way through the town watch. But because literally the animations are going on in the background there, it is a little bit on the slow side, and it's all collapsing for them. You know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to take, which one of you is at the back here? You, go back over here and just close the trap on those guys. My dismounted Huskarls can actually deal with this by themselves. So you guys just push forward here. These guys can just keep firing into the archers. What's left? These guys have got slightly more archers. My archers are being fired on themselves, but to be honest, these are just basic peasant archers. They can take it. And the walls have collapsed, so both of you guys can just get in here. You know what? Over here, over here, over here, over here. Now pretty much it's just slow grinding fighting on the plaza. Though to be honest, I could theoretically just kind of pull out now and let my archers do the job. But because they've still got two archers at the back, it's probably better I just go in and finish them off, really. I mean, I've got the vastly superior infantry, so it works to my advantage just basically push in and take these guys out. What you'll probably notice here, next to Rome Total War, is the battles look a little bit scruffier. Which is, it's a lot harder to just have, like, straight lines and deal with the battle as you'd probably, like, choose to. And I think that's actually an intentional design. Or if it's not, I actually like the way it works quite nicely. So you guys just get over here. I want you guys to just kind of push forward as quickly as possible, please. Don't really need my... Do I need my general? Could get my general involved. He'd probably speed things up a little bit, to be honest, because he can just get in there. You know what? You get in there and do that. Because if there's one person in your empire that it's okay to be, like, low chivalry, high dread... Your faction leader is not the worst pick, to be honest, because chivalry doesn't matter so much for him. Him just kind of having high dread is alright, so let's just get him through here. My archers just slowly tearing apart their archers. Change fire over to these guys. Yeah, they're just being torn apart. Archers are really vulnerable to other archers, that is true. Spear militia, get over here, get on the archers, stop them firing. You lads get in here as well. These spear militia can probably fall back, to be honest, and we can now just send in our Huskarls to finish the job here. In fact, I'm not sure why you guys aren't getting involved already. Possibly the unit I told you to kill, you've already killed. So these guys can now basically be the front line, and they will just look how fast they will tear these guys apart. They'll just basically swing their mighty axes, and these guys will just start falling apart like crazy. My guys will just stand up to being repeatedly stabbed. Look at that guy. He just got stabbed twice, and he's just fine with it. The battles are just so much more pleasing to watch than Rome Total War. They look a lot more scruffy. I like the fact that, obviously, it's no longer the same bloke over and over forever. Because they've got, like, different patterns on their shields and different ways of dressing and stuff. It's just really, really nice. Are we done, by the way? I think we're almost done. Archers probably stop firing, so at this point you'll probably do more damage to our friends than our foes. My Huskarls move in, close the trap on Town Militia. In fact, you're almost dead already. Yeah, Huskarls versus flipping archers. This does not basically bode well for you. But when you've got these proper heavy infantry, you can really just kind of get in and get involved. And you'll find that a lot. Like, archers, they're out just kind of gently ping off everything but the lightest targets. What you really want in this game is the heavy infantry. And you want a crunching, tough fight. And I think that might be the last archer going down right now. That might be your lot. Is that? No, that was the last one.
All civilized peoples will be awed by the victory we have won here today.
Steve the Archer put up a good fight, but he just couldn't keep it up, darn it. And I think you can see the difference that actually bringing proper infantry does make. So those dismounted Huskarls, most of them are still alive despite being on the front line for so much of the battle. Even the Viking Raiders, most of them survived. But the Spear Militia, because they're militia troops, not proper troops, they just can't really stand up properly. Like, you can't be relying on militia troops in this game. You've got to have proper castle-trained troops, which is why, even though economically we'd better to have all cities, you do need to maintain those castles, because the castles produce the troops that actually win you the flipping battles. Rebels go down, Stettin falls to our hands.
A crushing victory! They must fear us now!
So basically, the faction leader's gone a little bit on the dread side, but unfortunately, I don't actually want to exterminate or sack the settlement, because I'll just slow its growth rate, so I just want to occupy it anyway, so I'll probably end up back to being calm and neutral. Yes, indeed, winning first for +1 dread, but fair and rule for +1 chivalry. But I do get 2,500 florins, so I've staved off bankruptcy for a few more days, so that's good. Also, it's going to be really confusing living next to the Polish, I feel like, because yeah, when you hover over us, we've got red top and white bottom, and those guys have white top and red bottom, and our flag is a red flag with a white background, and their flag's a red flag with a red background. Except, like, kind of, again, it's birds in both cases, but with inverted... Oh, this is going to be flipping confusing. Right, repair the Motte and Bailey Castle. Let's get it upgraded to a proper wooden castle, just so we've got some proper wooden walls here. That will be nice. Though, actually, is there even anything worth having here? Because, of course, this is a settlement that is on the sea. And settlements that are on the sea, my first instinct is, okay, let's turn it into a town. Because if it's a town, then we can trade. But I don't see much in the way of trade resources here, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, it does feel like it's just basically nothing but flipping common goods. That just doesn't feel like we've got much going on. We're in a bit of an unfortunate situation right now. Because Hamburg's got this lovely silver mine. Which means I wouldn't mind potentially like that being a train settlement. Actually, it doesn't have that much there. Magdeburg, however, has 2 sets of timber. So I'd love that to be a train settlement, but it doesn't have access to the sea. And I don't really dare have like a small, largely undefended town be my border with the Imperials. So Stettin, I think I might actually, rather than kind of upgrading that, I might convert it into a town instead. Or rather convert it to a village, then upgrade it to a town straight afterwards. Because I'd like that to be a town. And I'm going to trust the Polish to be nice. Okay? Yeah, convert that into a town. Now, you can do that at any time except when a city gets too big. Once a city gets up to level 4, but before that point, you can basically change back and forward as much as you want, but it takes time and it's quite expensive to do. So you don't really want to go doing it too much. Plus, of course, if you've built stuff in a castle that can't exist in a town, when you actually go on to turn it into a town, those buildings are basically lost forever. So before you invest too heavily in a castle, make sure that you're at least moderately confident it's going to stay a castle for quite some time. Speaking of which, Magdeburg, I think, definitely is going to, at least for the time being, so I'm going to upgrade that to a proper castle, even though that's a little bit on the expensive side. Yeah, actually, I'm going to hold off, because I don't want to spend that much money. But it's right now really... Yeah, you know I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because it's a little bit undefended right now, and I'm just slightly nervous of the bloody Imperials. Speaking of which, Prince Charles, you just clear out these guys, please. Thank you. And not only do we actually take on these guys, we've even got flipping reinforcements coming in from the actual city. Lovely. Right, first battle actually out in the field, just against a handful of rebels. And yeah, we've got a massive, massive indirect fire advantage here. So we may as well line these guys up at the front. But the downside is all of these guys are archers. To be honest, we're kind of entering a post-archer era. At this point, we really should be thinking more about crossbowmen. Crossbowmen are definitely the more interesting and stronger proposition in this game for the most part, except for certain special circumstances, like the English. But I'd say we're okay for the time being as we are. We're hunting on basic rebels right now. So, you guys all together, let's just group you up, start the battle, and let's see what's going on here. And in come the reinforcements as well from the town. Now, these guys they're actually marching forwards towards us. They've got 1 unit of crossbowmen at the front, and they're going to be marching slightly uphill against us. Basic crossbowmen are, yeah, they've got the same range as us. They've got the same range as basic archers. Crossbowmen, just by sheer coincidence, a basic crossbow is exactly the same range as a basic bowman. So we should just be able to take these guys out pretty easily, because we'll be able to fire on them before they fire on us, because of the uphill advantage that does still remain. Behind that, basic crappy militia troops that we can deal with fairly simply. The real concern is the Imperial Knights, who are maybe not quite as good as my general, but because, you know, they're not a general unit, they're not restricted as normally. So as a result, yeah, there's 81 of them to 54 of me, and we've started firing on their crossbowmen. Lovely, and these guys are, well, you can see some of them have got helmets, but I think they're going to... Why are you on flipping flaming arrows by default, guys? Why? Why would you be doing that? Don't do that, okay? You know what? Let's actually get our scout round here. My scout is over here somewhere. Let's just get them forward a little bit. We can just basically take these guys out pretty bloody quickly. There's still friendly fire and kind of collateral damage, so we're still doing good damage to these guys as they come up the hill. Nice. The Imperials are just kind of, yeah, the Imperial Cavalry is trying to charge forward. we can fire into these guys nice and quickly. We'll do a good bit of damage there. Probably at this point, it's worth, after one more volley, we should probably just actually consider heading back down the hill. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. Now let's bring these guys back out here. You guys start running, and I need my cavalry to move out to the flank as well. So, my archers back off. We'll see if these guys decide to actually charge or not. The Imperial Knights are actually going in up front, intriguingly. So, let's just get my guy round the outside here. And then let's also get these guys, all my archers. You know what? Skirmish mode off. Fire at the crossbow militia, why don't you? And then you guys, for once, we've actually got a big open space here. So, the Imperial Knights are pulling out. That's fine. Town militia are charging, so the game says. I don't believe it. Yeah, we've now got ourselves a nice big open space, and we can now actually fire on the... Oh, are you going for my general? Don't know if they are. Yeah, now we've got a big open space, so now we can get ourselves a proper big heavy cavalry charge. Big open space, lancers down. Right now, 109 troops, and in you go down to... 180, 70, 60. That is the charge of a heavy cavalry unit. Right flipping there. And it's just all collapsed. It has collapsed immediately. Oh, no, 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 no. They're attacking my scouts. Boo. Light cavalry don't do well against Imperials. Yeah, maybe get out of there, actually. Maybe all of you guys just get out of there, in fact. Right. You know what? Now we just need to take out the flipping Imperials. You guys. Now, the other thing you'll notice, by the way, in battles, especially in the open field, is units will regroup a lot more than they used to. So, like, just because a unit's broken, don't expect it to just wander off and never be heard from again. That's not going to happen. You guys, just hold still. Everyone fire at will if you can. I'd like you to fire at these guys. Now let's get you out of there. Yeah, their Imperial's just trying to kind of catch my general off guard. But if I just kind of keep them running, at this point, my archers should actually be able to do a pretty good job taking them out. So let's just get my general out of there. Come on, faction leader out of the way. And at this point, yeah. Though archers really struggle against heavily armoured units like this, and their armors will just kind of plink off without really doing much, when you're shooting them in the side, yeah, you can just see, like, they're taking the arrows, but, like, it's barely doing anything. Let's mercenary spearmen over here. Let's get over here, keep you moving as far as you can. But at this point, yeah, they're shaken, and once we get them surrounded with spearmen, they will struggle a little bit. But yeah, we just kind of got off, like, a full volley and did, like, a really tiny amount of damage to them. It's really concerning. And as I said, they've actually all regrouped. These guys have actually come back for flipping more. Probably at this point, my faction leader can just charge into those Imperial Knights and take care of them. My archers can just basically shoot these guys, and probably we can just charge down the hill as best we can. They're taking on... My spearmen have got really flipping stretched out. They've broken again, which is nice. But yeah, they will try and come back. And now, in come the Lancers! And that will do a good amount of damage. Lovely, and that did... Actually, I think the charge kind of fluffed there. Which, oh no, it didn't. You can see that they went down from 21 to 14. And down he goes. Their leader killed by ours, in fact. Marvellous, how very chivalry-y. And now I can use my scouts to ride down these guys. This is what the scouts are really, really damn useful for, by the way. Because heavy cavalry, obviously, like, in this game, you've got a lot more heavy cavalry than light for the most part. In Rome Total War, like, you had a lot of equites floating around, and even, like, the Roman cavalry felt pretty damn fast, even though they were labelled as heavy. So, for the most part, you had a lot of, like, cavalry floating around. In this game, like, the majority of your cavalry that you're going to be fielding is actually heavy. So you can see, like, how flipping slow it is. It's barely much faster than running troops on the ground. So having like some scouts just to kind of ride down fleeing units, you can actually like properly ride down a healthy number of them. That's really, really damn useful. It's a nice thing to have. Light cavalry, of course, is also useful for riding down heavy cavalry, which otherwise your own heavy cavalry won't really be able to do. So yeah, having some light cavalry that can just charge across the plains and just ride down fleeing heavy cavalry before it either regroups or gets away to fight another day, very, very useful indeed. Still, I think we're done with this rebel army. Yep, I'll take that. 48 men lost to 600. Nicely done. And, of course, these guys collapse. That force goes back inside Hamburg. Life is good. In fact, actually, Prince Charles has just gained a couple of things there. He has gained cruel and cunning. Oh, dear. Cruel and cunning, but feels appreciated. Right. So he's just lost all the benefits from noble in rule, unfortunately. So that's a shame. But you know what, let's actually step him inside here in Hamburg for a second. Can we actually retrain? Yes, we can indeed retrain one of these guys. Let's get... You, top up you, and then you, top up you, and we can't do the other, but we can retrain the scouts. Yeah, let's just get some extra troops trained here, just in case. we can actually get ourselves an extra unit of dismounted Huskarls. To be honest, like, because they pretty much cost the same... In fact, actually, they're so cheaper to maintain than flipping Viking Raiders. And they're so much better that, like, you should pretty much always go for them if you can. Like, it's always worth keeping an eye on, like, what the upkeep of units is. Because sometimes it will surprise you that, like, a unit that is just vastly superior will actually be, though it's a little bit more expensive to recruit up front, you should always go for. Because it's really all about the upkeep, to be honest. Because, yeah, if you can have yourself dismounted Huskarls for flipping 150 a turn, or Viking Raiders for 155, always go for the Huskarls. And actually, we're kind of running a little bit low on money, to be perfectly honest. Like, really low on money. Let's actually get some more money in thanks to the flipping land clearance. Yeah, that's a good idea. And I'm going to keep King Canoodle over here in Stettin just for the time being, just to make sure the Polish do freely choose to leave. And once they've chosen to leave, that, yeah, once we convert this place into a village, it is actually happy even after we go. Though actually, when I think about it, Canoodle, you can probably head in this direction. Where's the boundary exactly? If we send you over here, yeah, if I just move you to about here-ish, can we just put a nice little watchtower? There we go. That's, come on. A little bit better than that. A little bit better than that. Let's get a watchtower up here. There we go. Now we've got visibility of Thorn. Perfect. And actually, we'll swing this guy south next turn and we'll put another watchtower here, and then we'll have visibility of Breslau as well. Marvellous. Ooh, I've just noticed a small problem. So Stettin, as it turns out, you know, we've got up here in our house 83% Catholic, 79% Catholic, 85% Catholic. Next door, 0% Catholic. Apparently, this is just where flipping every pagan in the world hangs out, which is surprising. Is it that bad elsewhere? Can I go over here? No, this is 26% Catholic over here. This is just a flipping pagan party and everyone's invited, which means I really need to flipping get my card needs to get over there in a bloody hurry because the Pope's going to mind that I've got literally 0% Catholicism in one of my regions. So, yeah, we need to sort that out pretty bloody quick, actually. Oh, and before I end this turn, you may recall I mentioned that time is really, really weird in this game. Because obviously there's the summer-winter thing from Rome, but time actually passes 2 years for every time you end a turn. It's weirder than that. So let's have a quick look over here at Ingrid. Ingrid is age 21. Just remember that for a second. She's age 21, and the year is 1092. I'm not going to end the turn, because I'm pretty sure I've done everything I can, and in particular, I've run out of flipping money. Have you improved yet, by the way? Pick out the monopolist trait, you bastard. Yeah, I'm going to end the turn now, because I'm pretty sure that's everything I can do, and I've kind of spent all my money anyway. And then we're going to see what's happened to Ingrid and the date. France moving around, heading south, nothing major going on there. Imperials just all merging together. At some point they'll deal with that massive rebel force just sitting on one of their roads. Thankfully you've now finished backing off completely. Beautiful. Oh, never mind. New forces flipping coming north. That's a concern. Maybe leave a slightly larger garrison in Hamburg when we head north than I was planning to originally. Right. Imperials heading over to Prague. Don't worry about Prague anymore. We're definitely not going to get Prague. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Wait, I think we've got a concern here. And the council wants me to go and speak to Hungary. Right, before we deal with the potential issue of the fact that Poland have now just got a quite large series of armies floating around. Oh, I've made a mistake with Stettin. I should have upgraded it to a better castle first, then converted it into a town. I've converted it into a village. And right now it has, therefore, 0 walls. And it's going to be 2 turns before it actually gains any. So that's a bit of a problem, yes. Anyway, back over to Ingrid. Yeah, it's now the year 1094. So 2 years have passed, and it's like winter 1094. So technically 2.5 years have passed. So Ingrid, therefore, ought to be like 23, maybe 24, depending on when her birthday is. Nope, she's 21. Because characters age at a different rate to what the calendar actually says. Characters age in this game as if it was still Rome Total War. So they age 6 months each turn. They pretend it's still 6 months a turn. Whereas the in-game calendar specifically says it's going on 2 years per game turn. Now, I think Creative Assembly realised they'd kind of messed up slightly in this regard at some point during development, because if you go over to your family tree, there's no way of knowing what year someone was actually born in. It doesn't say, because if you could actually see what year someone was born in, then it'd be very easy to see, like in the family tree with the actual year here, that the average person, when they die of old age, will be somewhere between the age of about 240 and 300. Because in terms of years, they're actually aging 4 times faster than the actual character is aging. It's all a little bit odd. It's something not many people notice, but it's just a fun little tweak of the fact that, yeah, Medieval 2 is a weird mishmash of systems from Rome and new stuff it was trying to make up as well. Right, we've got a problem here. What's actually in Stettin right now? What's in Stettin is, well, we've got some archers, some crappy light cavalry, some decent heavy infantry, and some spearmen, but not much. And what's actually... Yeah, the Polish are a bit suspiciously close, actually. I don't like this one flipping bit. And I don't really have the money to go hiring too much in the way of mercenaries because I've kind of spent all the money already. Right, this is... Right, first, send over this guy in here. We need to get this place a little bit more Catholic before the Pope starts complaining. Now I need to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with Stettin. Because I could, of course, move the faction leader back here with his 62 heavy cavalry, but if I do, there's a possibility I'm kind of sending him into his death because there's no flipping walls here. So there's no sally battles. If they attack, they will just straight up attack. I think it's time for me to make a decision here. And the decision I need to make is Poland. I'm going to try and convert them into a friend. Like, the fact, you know, I'm not going to be expanding east anytime soon. There's a big castle here. They've got a town here I've got no flipping interest in. Prague's going to be down here. Having a secured eastern flank with the Polish would be lovely. So what I need to do right now is, yeah, this guy who's kind of heading down south to go and find the Hungarians, I'm going to send him over to the Polish capital right this second. And if I can, I'm going to secure myself an alliance with the Polish. And we've got a really chivalrous king here. Oh, that's such a good faction leader. You have a way better faction leader than me. That's embarrassing. Now, is this deemed... That's deemed generous. Okay, that's good. So, he pretty much will accept that, but... Just on the off chance, what I also want to do is, because that's generous, I'd like to extort a little bit of money from him up front to get this alliance sorted out. Because if I can get the alliance sorted out, then I can use the money to buy mercenaries to make sure that they don't immediately betray me and actually destroy me. Or if they do decide to betray me and try to destroy me by attacking the village, I'll actually have some decent kind of crossbowmen to protect myself. So I would like just like 800 odd florins just to cover the cost of hiring myself the flipping crossbowman. So you're going to go for this, Poland?
I must inform you, we cannot agree to this.
Ooh, okay. So not willing to accept that. How about just flipping, just 400? Come on. Give me something here. This is generous.
Your plan seems balanced enough to me. Very well.
Alright, that's a flipping relief. So we've got 400 florins out of him, which is, well, half of a flipping crossbowman unit of mercenaries. And we've now got ourselves these guys. Power is capable. Ooh, apparently they're pretty flipping strong. These guys will probably be a decent ally, actually. I guess they must just start off with some decent stuff. Right, so we've got an alliance. Possibly the first alliance in the entire game, in fact. Hang on, go over to diplomacy here. Does anyone have any... No, right now everyone else is just flipping so concerned with just, like, taking on rebel settlements. We've actually got the first alliance in the game. Now, that's dangerous. Because, like, for all I know, the Imperial's about to go to flipping war with the Polish, and then that's going to reflect very badly on me no matter which way it goes. But, now these guys are our friends, well, this goes either two ways. Either they betray me anyway. If they betray me anyway, then they start becoming known for being dishonest and treacherous and no one else will do deals with them, and generally it'll be easier if I want to attack them later. Or, because we're now going to be friends, they're going to walk away and stop standing suspiciously close to my village. Now, my next logical move would be, yeah, I want to come right to, yeah, about here. Head over just towards Stettin. Once I'm just outside, hire myself a single unit of crossbowmen just for a bit of extra defense, and now step inside. Okay, that... Stettin now likes me less. Why does Stettin like me less? I've got chivalry. That's really weird, because literally the only change should be the town's already, like, really small, so the garrison was already 80% anyway, and we've added 5% in, but it just went less happy. Okay, so apparently we need to flipping lower the tax rate. I wanted this place to be a super happy place, but no, apparently not. Well, actually, that's because I didn't realise we've got this flipping problem with the bloody religion thing. So, yeah, this is why this place is really, really flipping unhappy. It's because we've got minus 100% happiness, or the fact literally no one's Catholic. I probably should have checked that before I moved in here. I would have kept this place as a castle if I'd have realised that was going to be a flipping problem. Still, this army here, together with the heavy cavalry, because these guys are just captains, that will do the job for now at least. I think we are going to be okay. What's this, by the way? That is basic troops, Sergeant Spearmen. They're going to struggle to break Hamburg, to be honest. I think we're alright. Actually, if I desperately need money, I could have actually cancelled this upgrade. Got my 2,400 back that way. But I think we're alright for the time being. Yep, let's send Prince Charles heading northwards at this point. So he's going to take himself 2 of the mercenary spearmen. He's going to take 2 sets of the Viking raiders. They're pretty damn solid. He's going to take 2 units of the Norse archers. And maybe, just maybe, maybe we should leave 1. Yeah, I think we should leave 1 unit of proper, heavy, dismounted infantry right here. Just on the off chance. But I will take the scouts with me too. If it turns out I need more than that, I can buy it while I'm out there. That should be enough to actually swing round and pick up Oslo and Stockholm, I think. So let's just put him right there. No need to get him in the boat just yet. Because even though the boat's in harbour, if there was like a random event like a storm, in theory, this could go a bit on the wrong side. So I'd rather just kind of keep him outside the boats, given I'm not really going to be able to move the boat, even if I do. Oh, good old Admiral John. He's going to prove himself useful once again in a moment. As for Ingrid, she can just head south, and if she's very, very lucky, she might just run into a Spanish princess, or anyone on the road whatsoever. This is why I'm not speeding her up, because she might actually pass someone while she's passing by. No, we're good. And we also have confirmation that, yeah, the French have just taken over the... Is that, that's Metz there, right? That is... No, that's Dijon. And it's... Oh, no, sorry. I thought I saw the blue line there. They've taken over... Taken over something, right? No! Neither Metz nor Dijon has actually been taken yet. Fine, I thought I saw that place under siege previously, so, yeah, they must have actually failed to take it. Now, they've got to be careful, by the way, because if they don't take Dijon in a hurry, the forces of Milan down here will totally come and take that, and we want Milan to have as least power as possible, because factions in this game, I'm not sure whether this is actually like in the game code or not, whether it's just like a function of the fact they start a particular location so they're more likely to do or not do certain things, because some factions are fairly predictable and boring, and they're fine. Some factions, however, are lunatics who will ruin everything by starting stupid wars and messing up everyone's plans and creating massive wars through chains of alliance and stuff. Milan is one of those. Screw Milan. Milan is a dick. I hate Milan, and Milan is totally going to cause trouble because Milan always flipping causes trouble. So, money low, and until we start taking some more territories up north, it's kind of going to stay that way, to be honest, and this is all looking very, very risky. Imperials floating around to the south, Polish sniffing around Stettin, there's no flipping walls there right now, but hopefully we could resist whatever they're going to throw at us just because we've got heavy cavalry, and I don't think they do, because yeah, if they had heavy cavalry, there'd be spear militia, yeah. They're actually reliant on a fair few peasants and some bowmen. If they try and attack, I think we can hold... Ooh. Those two forces together, though, that would be a concern. Hopefully, they don't attack. Is the tax rate already maxed out here? Yeah, tax rate's already maxed out here. We just desperately need more flipping stuff. Actually, speaking of which, you know what? One of these units can go and join up with Prince Charles. That's fine. He could probably do with more strength while he's heading up north. He's actually going and securing us more territory. So totally, we can send some more. Oh, that means I'm actually paying for that spear militia now. Now I'm in even more financial trouble. Don't attack, don't attack, don't attack. Okay, that diplomat's just heading south. That's... Oh, we just ran into something. Darn it. I'd forgotten he needs to keep moving south. That guy is hiding in a forest, but is not heading further north into my territory. That's a good sign. Milan has got merchants heading around. Nothing to be worried about there. And... Poland. Poland, what are you doing? Oh, thank goodness. Okay. They're backing off. Which is good, because that was a much tougher army than me. I think they're going to honour our alliance for now, at least. Word finally got through to them. As usual, someone terrible's been put forward to marry Ingrid. No, no, no. Now, what's going to be the fastest way for you to get through to, yeah, northern Italy? And, no, I just told you to go here. Go here. There you go. Well done. It's not a bad idea, by the way, to actually send round your princess, like, with a spy and a princess together. Because then she can actually see what's going on a bit better. Because right now, yeah, she's got the really limited visibility of a diplomat. So, like, you know, there might be a Spanish princess right here, but I'll just never know about it. So, one more turn, we'll have a wall around Stettin, and hopefully this place will start going, yeah, it's going up by 4% per turn, but it's going to be a very, very long time before it's actually happy. I should probably train myself a new priest here. So, yeah, one of my first buildings might actually have to be a church. And actually... my money's looking a bit better this turn. Why is my money looking a bit better? Possibly something finished up that's actually giving me a bit of a boost. That'd be nice. Right. Yes, Prince Charles, you know where you're going. You're heading up north, please. So he's in the boat. We'll move him on in a second. First need to figure out how much... Ooh, right. Who needs what more? We've got a basic church here. No, I can't really afford a church at the moment. I could go up to an inn and get my first assassin on the field. That'd be interesting. What's the upkeep for an assassin these days? For whatever reason, can't see. Fine. Possibly the best thing I can actually do right now would be, yeah, poor harvest going up from 262 to 315 off communal farming. So let's get a bit more money in off the farming, plus get this place growing a bit faster. Sooner this place gets up to 6,000 over in our house, the better. Because once our house is up to a minor city, we'll be in much better shape. Because then we can start actually properly investing in trade infrastructure, and they can actually properly start trading with England, with France around here, with all sorts of good places. And as for Hamburg, I feel like this is going to be a production facility for some time now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them a leather tanner. Let's start having some basic troops being able to be upgraded for a little bit better defense. Because yeah, I love the upgrading system in Medieval 2. It's great. That's probably actually pretty much all we could do this turn. Because I don't dare leave Stettin with any of these troops right now. Because I basically need to just defend us against the possibility the Polish is just going to turn around and flipping attack us again. Though actually, ooh, One thought, I know for a fact there's an Imperial army hanging around here. Magdeburg is extremely poorly guarded, by which I mean basically not guarded. So, I should probably build some, I'm going to build just a basic group of Viking raiders right here. Can I afford both? I think I can. No, I can't quite afford both. That's annoying. Right, just give them one unit of infantry, because I'm worried the Imperials might be sensing an opportunity here, and honestly, I have actually given them a pretty bloody good opportunity. Yeah, this place is pretty much unguarded. Let's actually move one unit of basic archers down in this direction, just to slightly reinforce that. Other than that, Admiral John can head north. I'm pretty sure I saw the pirates heading in this direction, so I think he should be... Is he going to be safe? Is he going to be safe? I'm going to move him here, and I'm going to pause if I see any sign of pirates whatsoever. No, I think we should be fine. Pretty sure Oslo's right up there. We should be able to put it under siege next turn. But I've just taken a very significant part of my army away. If the Imperials get ideas, we can't really defend ourselves right now. What are the Imperials doing? Any movement? No, just merchants floating around. No sign of a war yet. Good. Moving back away. Lovely. Oh. Small force moving towards Magdeburg, but Magdeburg is now finished. Magdeburg is now a stone castle. That's going to be much, much tougher for them to take. Even a small force can hold out there pretty bloody effectively. Polish have pulled out of our territory entirely. I'm feeling more relaxed. In fact, actually, they're going after rebels in their territory, I'm guessing. Marvellous. Right, you get in there. So Magdeburg now looking much better. We've also got, oh, flipping, ooh. Hello. Only 2 out of 10. Milan merchants, you say. Okay, that's potentially of interest. Stettin is also calming down a bit. Lovely. Stettin now has walls. Stettin can do with some basic roads just to start us off with, but after that I'm building them a church because they desperately need to get a little bit more on the religious side. Up to 7% Catholic right now. Yeah, that is a bit of a problem. Getting 5% heresy. There's almost more heretics than Catholics here. The Pope's going to be furious. And I'm just going to give Magdeburg some dismounted Huskars. They cost a bit up front, sure, but it's worth it just to make sure this place is safe. Now, time to make ourselves some money. Fleet needs to head north via the most efficient route it can, and there it is. There's Oslo, lovely. Right, get the forces ashore there, once actually here. It is, we've got 7 troops there, including at least some basic Viking raiders, so this isn't going to be nothing, and they're in a wooden castle. So, potentially could be a bit tricky, but we can manage it. Now, just to make absolutely sure they do actually make it, let's actually attack with the cavalry first. Yep, lovely. Just pause there for a second. Then get the infantry and merge them in to make sure they actually successfully get there. Yes, they did. Now, if I need it, do we have extra? Yeah, we've got extra mercenaries up here, just the usual sort. So if I feel like I need it, we're under control. Now we're a bit close. Do we have better visibility? Yes, we do. Ooh. Ooh, this is interesting. 3 units of crossbow militia and 4 units of flipping Viking raiders. Those guys will actually do a pretty good job, all things considered, especially as at least one of them has experience. Probably flipping all of them do. And because it's a cast, it can hold out for 5 turns if it has to, which I'm not desperately thrilled by. Right, so here's my problem. In terms of what's actually up on the walls right now, I've got 2 Viking raiders that are inferior to at least some of their Viking raiders. I've got spear militia that can't stand up to any of their flipping infantry whatsoever, and my mercenary spearmen will probably do a bit worse, actually, because they depend on 5 points of armour for their defence of 14, and these guys are actual proper axemen effective against armour, meanwhile their attack's only 7. We might actually have to flipping wait these guys out, or at least wear them down a bit, and that's irritating. But I think we need to do it. Bare minimum, we're going to need some actual proper siege equipment here. So let's actually get some proper stuff underway. 2 turns is the bare minimum I can wait, because yeah, I need to actually get proper siege equipment to take it. See what I mean about rebel settlements actually being properly held? They are very, very tough indeed. Now, one other thing. I want to move you down here, my good man, Toke. Because, yeah, I see a Milan merchant heading up here. You outrank them. Let's have a little look-see. 58% chance of successfully taking his assets. Bit of a risk. If you get up to 4 out of 10, I'll be willing to chance it. And one of my diplomats has arrived in Budapest. Lovely, we're almost at the Hungarians right now. Head straight south, follow the road. I think we should hit them. They're somewhere around here-ish. We should hit them next turn. Beautiful. Fill out the map a bit more. As for Admiral John, however, I think he can start heading down south. The forces of Stettin are probably fit to actually start heading up here to find Stockholm, which is somewhere up here. Going up there, the forces of Stettin will probably be able to head up, though that leaves me with, yeah, my actual frontier, very badly guarded. But then again, 2 strong castles, even a small force will do a good job there, and Stettin is bordered right against the Polish, who did pull out when they could totally have taken it if that's what they wanted to do. So probably, I'd say we're safe to send our troops up north. Imperial's still moving around, but no sign of any movement into our territory just yet. Yeah, I think we're fine right now. Yeah, the forces of Milan still heading for... Well, not really the forces of Milan, just a flipping merchant, but... Yeah, heading straight towards us. Good, I think we can take care of you. Bare minimum, I'm going to move my guy down here to go and sit on the silver mine for 32 florins a turn, which is much better. Meanwhile, Ingrid's finally made it through the Alps, and she's even run into a Spanish princess. Marvellous. Right, let's have a chat with you. Trade rights with Spain. Apparently not so keen on that. Fine. How about map information to map information? Also... We can suggest either that we marry our faction heir to this princess, or I marry this princess to their faction heir, which apparently in both cases would be generous. Which is really, really interesting, because of course, like, technically the result is the same, it just means that, yeah, I wouldn't have to sacrifice my princess if it's their princess, but then potentially my general ends up with a less than charming wife, which might actually give him some negative traits, so I've got to be careful with that. No, for the time being... Just swap map information for map information, and I don't want to annoy Spain, and I'll just toss an extra 200 denarii, or whatever the currency is, just for the sake of keeping them sweet. Just 200 denarii to sweeten the deal, or florins, or whatever.
I see no true problem here. We agree then.
Marvellous.
Another suggestion from your leader for us?
No, I think we're good for now. No need for an alliance with Spain. Spain's very far away. I doubt we'd be able to help each other that much. I need to head down south to go and find Milan. There's some Milan troops right there. And I believe, yeah, the Milan cities are going to be right floating around here. So we are in good shape. We're literally in Milan right now. So I can go and find their city nice and easily. And there's Budapest as I was hoping for. Right, same basic deal, trade rights, map information, etc, etc. Why are all the faction leaders better than us? Our faction leader is terrible next to these guys. And I'll give them a generous deal, because I want to keep Hungary on side for the time being. Marvellous. So he's pleased at the moment. Again, could have an alliance with them. Don't want one right now. Need to know more about the world first. And that actually... Oh, yes, of course. That actually got us a mission, because that was actually a mission. So I've been awarded with only 500 florins. Could have done with a bit more than that, lads, to be perfectly honest. Right, you... Just head down south and start heading out into the wastes. Because we need to, yeah, just go and find the Byzantines and the Ottomans and eventually the Egyptians. You are going on one hell of a journey, my good man. Oh, yes, there we are. That's the journey you're going on. Good luck with it. Still, we know what we need to do here. Build a small church. Build a small church here, even though it's a little bit on the expensive side. Keep this place Catholicizing up. Oh, flip. Admiral John just ran into... Oh, no. No, Admiral John. Oh, this is a concern. This is a very serious concern. Admiral John is massively outgunned by these here pirates. Run for it, Admiral John. Don't do it. We just need to stay away from the pirates. Okay, we literally can't get past them. They would attack us. Okay. As we actually can't get Admiral John round to Stettin, Hamburg, you're going to need yourselves a port so we can actually just train a flipping new boat to get the Stettin forces up north. Because it would just be much faster to flipping... would it be? 2 turns to train that. 1 turn to train a boat. Boat comes to here in the 4th turn. By the time we get up to the 4th turn, these guys could probably have got to like here, to here, to here, to here. And then the boat gets there in 2 turns. It's still probably just fast just to flipping train a new boat, yes. Though actually, rather than doing that, I could just flipping hire a boat. Because I'm pretty sure if I just step outside right now... Yeah, actually, Stettin is happier when he's not there. Probably because religious unrest, like, goes down or something. Because there's actually a Catholic guy present. So religious unrest goes up because he's Catholic and they're not, at least for the time being. I'm pretty sure, actually, we could... Oh, mercenary cogs are flipping expensive, mind, but... Yeah, okay, in all fairness, we're paying 800 florins for a port we don't need. So yeah, let's just buy the flipping mercenary boat. Now, I'm moderately confident if Oslo's the one that's well guarded, that means Stockholm's the one that's not. So we're only sending a small force out over here. This should be enough. If it's not, we can buy more mercenaries out there. Though, yeah, this is a flipping bitter pill to swallow, having spent 1,000 florins on one stupid boat. Though, on the plus side, at least King Canoodle has a mercenary captain now. So, boat now over to here, and we know the pirates are way over here, so we should be pretty safe to be on the ocean for the time being. We are, at this point, pretty much literally out of money. I'm not kind of building anything in Hamburg or Magdeburg, because I literally cannot afford to... Meaning, if the Imperials do show up, I've not really got much of a war chest to buy anything. So one of these 2 cities needs to come good really damn soon. Imperials still hovering around a bit too close for my liking to our territory, but not actually attacking us, so that's okay. I think I just saw a Sicilian princess floating around close by to the Hungarians. Good, we'll be able to catch up with them. Recruit a priest for 500 florins. Oh, yes. That's just what I need to do. And absolutely, I know where I want to recruit said priest. I want to recruit him at Stettin. We desperately need him there. He only costs 200 florins up front. I'll get 500 back. Beautiful. I tell you what, we've had a peaceful game so far. Right now, everyone's still focused on, like, taking over the rebel settlements. No one's actually gone to war with anyone yet in terms of major wars at all. Quite and peaceful right now. Now, as for you guys, these people down here, like Sicily, I don't really care if I annoy them. So I'm going to try and extort them for as much as I can. So trade rights is just balanced, fine. What if I throw in some map information? And, that's just balanced, unfortunately. Fine, I'd rather have the map information, just fill out the map.
To force a woman's hand like this is shameful.
I really don't care, you know. Yep, that pirate is most certainly chasing down... Oh, no. John might be trapped. I don't think John can actually escape, because if he goes through here, he'll enter the pirate's control zone. Oh, thank goodness John can escape. John has escaped from the pirate. Everything's under control. Now, we've already spoken to the English. Milan should be just floating around somewhere around here. There we are. So we've got to a city of Milan. Lovely. Now, trade rights and map information for map information is, unfortunately, balanced. But, ooh. Actually, I don't think I need map information from them, because for the time being, they've just got the two cities and I already know about them. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to sell them trade rights and map information for as much money as I can get out of them. I'd take 500 florins for that.
I guess we can agree to this.
Right, lovely. I'll take that as a deal. And next up, she's due over in Venice to have a chat with them. Lovely. Meanwhile, as for this diplomat, I feel like he's not necessarily that useful to me because, yeah, he hasn't done anything yet. He's reached Italy about the same time as Ingrid's reached Italy. So, yeah, we've got this guy heading down in this direction. I feel like in many ways, this guy can probably just do with not being here. I don't think we're going to get anything good out of him whatsoever. Yeah, we're just paying for him. So, Ulrich anyway. Let's see if we can just get rid of him. Actually, that's a good point. How exactly do you disband an agent? Can you even do that? I don't know. I'm not sure you can. I think we're just stuck with him till he dies. In which case, we may just have to, like, put him on a boat and hope the pirates kill him. But if we do, we've just sacrificed a boat, which is worth more than we actually gained from killing him. So, unfortunately, we're just kind of stuck with this guy. That's a shame. In which case, probably the best thing we can do with a fairly useless guy who apparently is a flipping would-be Inquisitor, albeit that does hurt his influence, is we'll just have him go and stand next to the Pope. So if we ever need a diplomat right next to the Pope, it will be useful to have him right there. Ah, here's a bit more money for us, by the way. So, yeah, that trader of Milan has headed up north here, which is stupid of him. Because, yeah, what happens when traders basically try and trade each other in a big trade fight is either nothing happens, sometimes it just fails and nothing happens. Sometimes, like, if you try and attack someone who's too strong, it backfires and you get taken over. But basically, the person who loses ceases to exist and the other faction gets 500 florins. Now, a merchant costs about 550 if I recall correctly. So basically, if you can just do a successful acquisition of another merchant, then pretty much you've just made back the money and everything else you get is a bonus. So I'm going to try and take over this guy if we can. There we go. Nice. So he ceased to exist. We get 500 florins out of that. And he also goes up to bold barterer for that as well. Successful acquisition. Beautiful. So that guy now ceases to exist. I think that's a very slight, like, penalty to my reputation with Milan. But it's totally, totally worth it. Because, yeah, that silver mine's now gone up from 32 to 38 a turn. So I've made 500 back off that guy. And now I'm going to start making 38 a turn because I've trained him up a little bit. Because he's now up to, what, 3, 4? Yeah. 4, and hopefully he'll go over to 5 because he's the only person trading silver in this area, so we should pick up the monopolist trade if I'm lucky. So we'll move him there next turn, and after that he should be in a good spot for basically any merchants that want nearby. We'll just pick them off for 500 florins a go, which is not nothing. That's actually a pretty good deal. Now as for Stettin, we just need to basically make as much money out of these guys as possible. Can we go up to very high? Maybe just we could afford to go up to very high. I'm going to give these guys as well, yeah, some nice land clearance. That'll do the job there. Even on a poor harvest, that's an increase in money, and I need that money, damn it. Now, as for the crappy fake boat, we found a fishing village. Found a fishing village, whereas we found Stockholm. Lovely. This is interesting. Only 4 units there and no flipping walls in its proper village. Okay, should have come here first. This place is way better. Right, head over there, and if you can... we can't quite make it to it this turn. That's annoying. But let's have a closer look. 2 Viking Raiders, 2 crossbowmen. I think we can take 2 Viking Raiders and 2 crossbowmen just purely off the back of the heavy cavalry, yes. So if you guys in the south just hold out a little longer, we'll actually be in good shape here, because, yeah, we've momentarily got 2 new settlements coming into our control. These guys are now 3 turns to surrendering, and To be honest, I'm feeling like we just basically let them surrender. We let them come to us rather than actually trying to take that town. I feel like the losses we take would be so significant, I'd rather just wait 3 turns and let Oslo fall into our hands that way. Meanwhile, with the money we've made this turn, we might actually be able to afford something decent here. Crop rotation, no, can't afford that. We can't really afford assassins right now. Wouldn't mind finally having the ability to actually train some bows, so I'm going to build the basic infrastructure there at Hamburg, and yeah, we're almost out of flipping money again. Meanwhile, over at our house, anything we could build? No, not much. I'll probably just save up the money for the time being. As soon as we've got those 2 settlements, I think we'll be in much better shape. Now, Council of Nobles. Oh, yes. I don't want military units. I just need money. I need cold, hard cash, you bastards. But okay, they're willing to give me something good for going to speak to Venice, which is marvellous because Ingrid's right flipping there. Though we will send her, if I can, this way so she'll actually see... She hasn't seen. There's a flipping city right there. She just can't flipping see, damn it. It's just out of her range. That's annoying. There we go. She found it. Well done. She'll make it over to Venice tomorrow. That's fine. She couldn't have made it today anyway. And the Pope's given me 500 florins and probably likes me a little bit better too. Relations improved. Poland. Good. Marvellous. Because we've done nothing to Poland. We're just trading with them. I've got no troops anywhere near their borders, etc. Life is fine. Meanwhile, our new priest has shown up, Jens. He's got a divine connection, and yeah, hopefully, by virtue of converting this area to Catholicism, he will do a good job there. So yeah, priests and cardinals dressed a little bit differently. I like the way they look, though. It's very cool. That reminds me, actually, how flipping Catholic is this area up here? 75% and 80%. Okay, so this area up here is already pretty bloody Catholic. Good, we don't need to rush some flipping priests or anything up in that direction. That is good news, at least. In which case, let's start off with Operation Take Over this area. I think we can flipping take Stockholm right now. They've got no walls, our indirect fire can do good work. We've got cavalry, they don't. I feel good about this. I mean, technically they have crossbowmen. Well, we've got crossbowmen too, and technically our crossbowmen are better because they've got longer range. So probably we don't actually enter the town until these guys are literally actually out of arrows. That should probably be our position because that will give us a big advantage. Let's see what we can do here anyway. Anyway, in we come. That is apparently Stockholm. Right there. It's not very big, to be honest. It's, yeah, pretty small place, all things considered. Now, what's the right angle to approach from here? Probably straight up one of these streets, but which one's the better one? Yeah, I feel like this approach, directly from the south, will work better for us, because then we can probably get a good shot, actually, onto the plaza. Though, actually, a fun trick I always do as Britain... this little street round here, that technically doesn't have a direct connection to the plaza, because this goes over here and this just goes round here. If you put your, like, crossbowmen right up here on this little hill here, they do actually have a shot at the plaza. So my indirect fire could probably do good work from up there, so we might potentially kind of move some of our troops in that direction. We'll have to see. So, what's their starting move? Probably immediately fall back onto the plaza. Yep, does appear to be immediately fall back onto the plaza. Fine. All I need to do then is move my mercenary crossmen so that they're in range, start pelting them, and if they basically make any move towards me, charge whatever's moving with cavalry. In fact, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have my heavy cavalry about, like, here-ish, so they can charge up the street if need be. I'm going to have my scouts, actually, over here, so if anything decides to run down the street to try and catch me, then as a result, I'll be able to cut off their retreat by coming up here and slamming into the rear with the scouts. That strikes me as a very sensible plan indeed. So you lot are heading over here instead. Now, how soon until you guys are in range? Looks like you're almost in range already. Marvellous. You two just move forward a bit. About here should do the job. Yep, that'll do. That'll do. Right there will do just fine. So, from here, our crossbowmen do indeed have line of fire at the Viking Raiders. Slow down time back to normal. And yeah, if the crossbowmen come at us, then our archers will kind of be in range of them first. And I'll move my archers actually a little bit further forward. So if anyone comes under fire, it's my archers, not by crossbowmen, because the crossbowmen are more valuable. So you guys can just fire at will at anything that comes in this direction. You guys, however, I only want you to fire when I want you to fire. So, ooh, hang on. So we're moving. Yep, something's moving. Right, you know what? I'm just going to have you fire at will now. Everyone just start firing at will. And have my infantry close by behind in preparation. Oh, we might need to consider... Yeah, if they're going to try and move to block these guys with their crossbowmen, that's exactly what my scouts are right here for. My scouts are ready to go. You guys ready to... Oh, they're firing missiles. Okay, hang on. Send in the scouts, send in the scouts, send in the scouts. I think they're firing at my archers, not my mercenary crossbowmen, but we'll see. Who are they firing at? I'm really hoping it's my... No, it is my mercenary crossbowmen. Right, guys. I need you to be firing right now. Okay, and then we've got... They're actually protecting their crossbowmen with their Viking Raiders. That's a concern and an annoyance. Right, okay. Bloody AI. It's much better than it used to be. I'm telling you, it is much, much better. I'm falling back. I'm falling back quickly. I don't want to be involved in that fight right now. If they're going to protect their crossbowmen with their flipping Viking Raiders, that doesn't work for me. Right, now we're in better shape. Now their crossbowmen are running forward. Yep, that's right. Run forward, and you guys get in there. And you get in the side of them. Right, I'm sending my cavalry in to basically slam into them from both sides at this point. Because the scouts will just basically pin them in place for a second. We'll run into them, start doing some damage to them. And in the meantime, my king is just going to charge to the side of them. He should have a pretty good long charge at them, so hopefully he'll even actually get his flipping spears down if he's lucky. And you guys, I'd like you to fire on them, and you to fire on them as well. And they're trying to protect themselves, but I think my guy is going to get in first. Going to get an actual charge in. No charging, but being hit in the side, those guys have indeed broken, and now we can pretty much wipe out their indirect fire right now. Perfect. So that trap has worked very, very nicely indeed. Number of people killed or rather captured is just flying up. Beautiful. Right. I want my king out of there just in case. Scouts can finish off the last of those guys. A couple of people have survived, but it's nothing much. That's pretty much what we wanted to do. That broadly is, yeah, that's going to be the key move that's won this battle. But still, I mean, you think you can see what I mean. Like, in Rome 1, they were not as clever as that. In Medieval 2, there was a real step up in the battle AI, which was really, really good to see. Now, what's left in terms of indirect fire capability? 2 militia crossbowmen, and other than that, it's just the Viking Raiders. In which case, I'd say we just move our own troops forward as quickly as possible. You guys just head up first to actually take those guys out, and I'll have my mercenary crossbowmen kind of follow up behind you so they don't get hit first. And as it turns out, yeah, their actual militia crossbowmen has actually fallen back a little bit here. So nothing major to worry about. We can just instead get some nice, easy arrows on these guys. I don't need to worry about peasant archers kind of getting the odd knock from a single one-off crossbowman. Instead, we can start firing into these guys, because these guys have... Well, they've actually got okay defense. These guys got defense of 9. If we start firing into them, we'll do a decent enough job, sure. And the question is, do we actually want to have a fight here? I think we do. Let's actually bring my infantry up closer a little bit here. Because, yeah, where are my scouts? Get my scouts moving forward here. Prepare to potentially do a nice charge in. You guys are coming this way. Yeah. Come this way. Just kind of start retreating backwards. You guys also start retreating backwards. If we can lead them actually into my heavy cavalry, that would be marvellous. And they're falling back. Lovely. They're falling back, so they've realised I'm falling behind infantry, and that means I get to shoot them in the back as they go. And those shots in the back will do some good damage. Lovely. And now pretty much we should just be able to keep baiting them backwards and forwards until eventually they're so weak I can just send in my own infantry to finish the job by closing. Oh, yeah. They don't know whether they want to come in or not, and they're taking a lot of damage because those mercenary crossbowmen are seriously tough. They will do a load of good damage. Just firing into the front of them. Just look how much damage gets done. Right, guys. You guys start falling back. Oh, I think it might be time to finish this. I'm going to send forward my own dismounted Huskarls over here. Close the trap with my scouts, and I think once that's done, they're going to be screwed. Right, you guys just start walking away. I don't want you guys getting involved in this. And right now, yep, indeed, my Viking Raiders now taking on dismounted Huskarls. Dismounted Huskarls, easily the stronger troop. These guys are trying to stop me closing the gap. It's not going to work. And now we just trap them on this street, and they will break immediately. We will capture all of them. Nicely done. Right, crossbowmen just finished off there. Let's get my scouts out of there. I don't want them doing the final bit of the fight here. We've got some Viking Raiders hiding over here in the corner, but I think that's now it. Just 36 left on the plaza. There we are. I've just repositioned marches a little bit by moving everyone forwards. They've actually got a better shot. So now, at this point, you guys should be able to do some very, very good work against these lands, just slowly picking them apart. Choice is yours, lads. Do you want to die honourably in combat or like cowards being shot apart from afar? Looks like they've gone for coward, unfortunately. I'm going to be honest, Sweden. I'm not impressed. Okay, whether you want to or not, you're getting an honourable warrior's death, alright? I'm coming and giving it to you with this flipping axe. In you come, lads! That's right. These guys here. Good old Steve the Swede didn't work out for him. Or his mate, other Steve the Swede. And Stockholm falls into our hands. Marvellous. That, to be honest, to my mind, is kind of like a textbook fight of how you need to deal with Medieval 2. It's not so much anymore about just like peppering guys with fire forever. These days it's more about kind of, you know, a blend of troops used sensibly. You're not actually using your indirect fire as primary damage dealers anymore. You're just using them to bait and to harass, using them to move the enemy around as you want them to. You need to be more active moving your infantry around in order to defend your indirect fire. You need to be much more active in moving your horses around to actually close the trap, especially as everyone flipping just refuses to break unless you've properly closed the trap on them. The old days of someone just being scared of something and running away from it, it's gone. That doesn't happen anymore. It's a much more active battlefield. We need to be a lot more aware of what's going on in Medieval 2, and I love it for it. I think it's a fantastic system. And with that, a very, very big amount of territory ought to fall into my hands very, very soon indeed. Oh, yes, that's a good amount of territory, and we will occupy that settlement, of course, because just look at everything that's flipping here. There is a very, very good big amount of stuff floating around here. Oh, silver mines, iron, more iron, amber times, I think, like 2, because this is all flipping Stockholm. There's furs, there's wood. This place is going to make all the flipping money in the world. I'm going to slightly lower the tax rate. I need this place to start growing as soon as possible. Faster this place starts growing, sooner it's a town, sooner you've got a proper port, etc. That will be very, very useful indeed. And even better, for a bargain basement 38 florins, I can get my mercenary crossbowman back up to full strength. That is so flipping... No, I can't, because there's literally not a recruitment slot here. Because this is a village. Oh, blimey, right. Yeah, Stockholm's going to be a bit of a fixer-upper, to be honest. Meanwhile, over in Oslo, yeah, 2 turns. I'm totally willing to wait it out. I don't have to fight my way on castle walls against Viking raiders and crossbow militia. I feel like the walls alone, combined with those crossbows, together with those Viking raiders, my experience in Stettin has taught me, be very, very careful about wall fighting in this game. It's really bloody tough, as it should be, especially in castles. So I'm just going to wait 2 turns, let them come to me. So, we will begin trying to figure out what we're going to do with Stockholm to get that place actually up to code as soon as possible next time, ladies and gentlemen. As well as determining our next priority, because yeah, we've now got ourselves a secured eastern frontier, some nice rich territories up north, albeit they're going to need a bit of work, and now we just need to figure out where we go next. There's only one real way open to us, to be perfectly honest, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, Prague indeed is actually under siege right now, and that is heading in this direction. But that is going to leave our borders a little bit long and extended, and the Imperials, I can't help but notice, they're still hanging around very close to our border with some very, very large armies indeed, so that does unnerve me slightly. So we'll have to figure out what our next big moves are next time, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been many a true nerd, and this has been Medieval 2 Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye. And our guys go in, and I think we completely missed. We totally missed. And a double charge. Oh, that's what we needed to be seeing. Nice. Give them something to think about while they're going home, Balthazar. Got my timing just about right there. Stupid gits.